Hi friends, hope you all are doing great. Today it's an unscripted video, so there is no script whatsoever, and I'll be totally sharing my experience with you or with all of you. So this video is particularly about my stint in acting, which is like very really short stint, and how I find basically acting, and if I am willing to pursue it as a side career or a part-time gig. So before I start with my recent stint and my recent tryst with acting, I would like to take you back through my childhood days when the idea of acting and the idea of getting into theater or films started. So it was the year 1995 when DDLJ released, and back then there was this few songs of DDLJ that were totally in rage, like Tujhe Dekha To Jana Sanam and all. So I used to sing the songs in my village and in my whenever some guests visited, and some people they encouraged it, they loved it so much, and listening to those songs, they called me Shahrukh. It was like there was no reason calling me Shahrukh other than I had this wild mop up hair, and it was very unruly. So maybe that was the reason. And some they also, I mean, one or two, they also called me Ajay Devgan because I had this side parted hair. So anyway, so Ajay Devgan and Shahrukh, that really didn't got me thinking to be, to be an actor. But I think during that time, when I saw the larger than life characters and the all the romance, all the action on screen, I think during that time the idea was supplanted in my subconscious mind that yes, this is a field worth trying, and this is a, I mean, I should have some experience of it. So as I grew older, in school there were some dramas, and I also participated in one or two. I also attended another side course during the weekends, Sundays mainly. So it was childhood development, this Bal Vikas um, class. So there also they had this one acting, this thing drama. So I acted in that. So it all was after my father shifted his base to near my village. It was all kind of hazy. After that, I totally went unruly. I mean, I had no interest whatsoever in acting, in studying, although I used to read a lot of classics and novels and the abridged ones. I used to read voraciously, and I had this fascination towards sharks and all. So I used to cut clippings, and those were really valuable. So anyway, that was that. But I could have like thinking back, like looking at the hindsight, I could have pursued theater, or if like my studies was not going well anyway, so I could have ventured into that field, acting, and really could have done something. But I did not have that fire in me to excel in one area, at least in one area. I played cricket, I left it. So acting, no. So it was like I did not even took studies seriously. So it was like totally. Uh, it was a very kind of dark kind of phase in my life. After that, I went to DAV Nimapada. There, my focus was totally on studies because I had a lot of things to catch up, because the 4 5 years were I had not studied properly. So there was a lot of things to catch up. Although some of my friends, they were into acting, they participated in a few dramas and all. I never had this inclination to join them or to be a part of that drama. So I only totally focused on studies. Although I used to sing a few songs with my some of my classmates. So that was about it. So a major breakthrough came. Although when I was in when I was in Revenshire University, there I had some experiences, some beautiful experiences that could have spurred my interest, could have ignited my interest in acting, but sadly that never happened. So I was totally very much focused on mastering the marketing concepts that I was learning back then. I participated in debate. I even joined a call center just 1 year. My course was about to end. I joined the call center because I had this idea that yes, I could learn something hands-on about sales and marketing. And the salary that I quoted was 3,000, which was a very cheap, I mean, very low to start begin with. Anyway, that was it. It did not work out. But I never had this idea of venturing or trying in that field because I was totally into studies. And in my free time, I used to study a lot of books. I used to read a lot of books. So it went that way. So when in 2015, my one of my friends, my one of my best friends, Abhishek, he came back from Bangalore with the dream, with the idea to become a filmmaker. And the very first short film, he told me that you're going to be a part of that short film along with Gopal. So Gopu and I started with that. So that was my first stint with in acting. And I remember he told that the character that you are going to play is a person who gets killed by his rival. I mean, I don't know the character, how the past of the two characters, but maybe there was an sort of enmity between them, and my character gets killed, and eventually he turns into ghost, and yeah, that was it, which I'll be showing the video to you shortly. So that was in 2015, and after 2015, I moved to Bangalore, and there was no idea. I mean, there was no thought of me trying into this field. Although when I was in Tribe Nation, some people they told me, yeah, I mean, that was just that. I mean that. Although I thought Lucky Ali sir will be making a film or something. Maybe during that time, I mean, the employees at Tribe Nation, we could have tried. We could have tried. And I also remember my managers and my colleagues. Some of them they even participated in a short stint. One of my close managers, um, he become a integral part in a ad film shoot, which went fabulously. The shoot was very good. But for me, I did not know how, I mean, I could have progressed in that direction. So cut to 2022. I had again this stint with acting in a serial. So the serial name is Mangula Kanya, which is the bride to be. I mean, if I also don't know what the term means. So I think it is the bride to be, Mangula Kanya. That means. So I had this character of a priest. So I went to the state, and I wanted to know what the character is all about beforehand. I also did some research. I watched some videos of priests, but that did not work out apparently because I had to. I mean, it was very simple. It was very simple role, which I think came out well in TV. I mean, on camera. But um, if I had if I had this time to work on the craft, and if I had this, I mean, there then and there, I could have worked out something. I mean, I could have made it much more memorable. So anyway, that was it. So I'm going to show the two videos, which will take about 1 minute, and after that, I'll share my thoughts how I find acting and if I'm going to pursue it further. So here I'm going to share my screen and show the video to you. So this is the Day of Reckoning, which Abhishek did. This is my friend Gopal, Gopu. Gopu is waking up and he's gonna see me lying on the floor. One day ago, so the turn of events that led to this. Oh yeah, this is me. Starring Gopal and Saurav. So that was the short movie, and the next one is Mangula Kanya.
बाबा तमे चर्चा तो भगवान को बहुत बुझिबार अछि डाक्टर सुब्रमण्य सेति पे घंटा बजे चलछि घंटा शब्द सुनी से मो सामना को आसे ताकू मो कथा पचारि परिबी ताको समस्या कथा जणा सब किछि सुनछथि सिए सारा दुनिया रा कथा सुनछथि अच्छा मो मन कथा केमिति जानि पड़ता केमिति बुझि पड़ता केते कष्ट रे अछि केते भांगी पड़िछि बुझिपारुनी କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଏତେ ଭିଡ ନୁହେଁ ଯେ ମୁଁ ଆତ୍ମହତ୍ୟା କରିଦେବି ତାହେଲେ ଖାଲି ଆପଣ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ରହିବି କେମିତି ଏଇ ଜୀବନ ନେଇ ମୁଁ ବଞ୍ଚିବି କେମିତି ଦେଖ ବାବା ତମେ କାହାଠାରୁ କିଛି ଆଶା ରଖନି ଯାହା କରିବା କଥା କରିଯାଅ ଭଗବାନ ତମକୁ ରାସ୍ତା ଦେଖେଇବେ ଆଶା ନ ରଖି କଣ ବଞ୍ଚି ହୁଏ ଆଶା ବିନା ଜୀବନ କଣ ଜୀବନର ମାନେ କଣ ସେଇଠି ତ ବଡ କଥା ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କିଛି ଆଶା ରଖୁ ନ ମିଳିଲେ ମନ ଭାଙ୍ଗିଯାଏ କଷ୍ଟ ହୁଏ ଆମେ ଆଶା ରଖିବାନି ତ କାମ ଶେଷ ହଁ ମୁଁ ଆଶା ରଖିଛି ଯାହାକୁ ଭଲ ପାଉଛି ତା ଉପରେ ମୋର ଆଶା କେମିତି ରହିବ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ଜୀବନଠୁ ବେଶୀ ଭଲ ପାଉଛି ସେ ମୋ ଭଲ ପାଇବାକୁ ବୁଝୁନାହାନ୍ତି ମତେ ସମ୍ମାନ ଦଉନାହାନ୍ତି ମୋ ପ୍ରେମକୁ ଖାତିର କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ମତେ କଷ୍ଟ ହବନି ମୁଁ ତ ସେୟା କହିଲି ଏବେ ତମେ ଆଶା ରଖନି ଯେ ସିଏ ତମ ଭଲ ପାଇବାକୁ ସମ୍ମାନ ଦଉ ଖାତିର କରୁ ତମେ ଭଲ ପାଉଛ ତ ଭଲ ପାଅ କିଏ ମନା କରୁଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ତା ବଦଳରେ କିଛି ପାଇବାକୁ ଆଶା ରଖନି ତାହେଲେ ଜୀବନ ସୁଧୁରି ଯିବ କହିବା ବହୁତ ସହଜ କିନ୍ତୁ କରିବା ବହୁତ କଷ୍ଟ ତଥାପି ମୁଁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ଶପଥ କରୁଛି କାହାଠୁ କିଛି ଆଶା ନ ରଖିବାକୁ ମୁଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବି ଆଉ କିଛି ଆଶା ରଖିବି ଜାଣିଛି ଏତେ ସହଜ ନୁହେଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ ଚାରା କଣ ପିଲାଟି ଲାଗୁଛି ବହୁତ ସରଳ ବହୁତ ବଡ ଧୋକା ଖାଇଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି ଦିନ ଆସିବ ସେ ଆପେ ଟାଣ ହେଇଯିବ ତା ସବୁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନର ଉତ୍ତର ସେ ଆପେ ପାଇଯିବ ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ମୋର ଆଉ କିଛି କହିବାର ନାହିଁ।
So that was it. That was my stint. So this serial, to shoot this 5 minute, not even 5 minutes, I think, this entire scene, I mean this 4 minute long or 5 minute long scene, it took about 3 or 4 hours for us to go to the location to shoot there, and again we went to another location to shoot some parts of it. So acting is very tough. I mean, if it is one of the toughest jobs in the world, because you have to emote, you have to think, you have to remember the lines, and it's like it's a lot of work for unexperienced people who don't know the craft. So that was my experience, and it took a lot from I mean those 2 or 3 hours. It took a lot that day. I remember I returned from the shooting set, and I slept for about 12 or uh, 14 hours straight. So, and there were scenarios where you won't, because if you are someone who is in a very kind of a very comfortable job, or maybe doing comfortable things, because my during while I went there, my main work was to think, to write something, to perform research, to conduct research, secondary research, of course. So that was totally a desk-oriented job. I mean, I was not even at times I used to venture out, but it was totally indoors kind of a job. But acting is totally different. It took us to locations. It brought me in close contact with many people, and I also had to listen. I mean, one or two things while I was not performing. To be very honest, I don't find this performance even. I mean, it is below average if I feel, and there is a lot to learn, to lot to explore. But having said that, acting, I totally know that it is really tough. But if I get opportunity to do something like this, and I have set a benchmark, like this is a pujari role, which I kind of, during that time I had this thing, for a change, to go to a monastery to practice some yoga, and I was lucky that I could experience just that, because I was hoping that they could have given me a role of a madman, an insane person, or maybe negative roles, which I was totally comfortable to do that during that time. I also had this the hair and all looked perfectly fit for that kind of roles which I'm talking about. But luckily I got this pujari, this priest role, and I think I could have done a bit more justice, much more justice to it. But from now on, if I get a chance to act in movies, I'll make sure that the roles are kind of positive. And I would really love to work in historical kind of movies, and then I will really try to work hard on the craft as well as on the body, because if we go back to periodical drama, like suppose there is a movie about the Paika rebellion, the rebellion of the Orisha's bravehearts. So in that, there has to be a different physicality, there has to be a different kind of body language as well as speaking style. So my this anglicized version of Odia will not do. So there has to be a lot of work. So I think the video is going beyond I mean what I have planned. So with this, yeah, I, I remain by saying that my tryst with acting has been short, but I'm looking forward to leverage these kinds of experiences and do something in that field. just for the sake of art, for the sake of the craft, as well as it also pays a decent sum of money. And of course, the people who are mastered at, I mean, at their craft, so they get paid much more handsomely. But that is a byproduct. I mean, if you don't perform, then the very producers and the very people who work with you won't even receive your calls, won't even respond to you. So, I mean, getting recognition, getting payment is is a secondary thing. I mean, let alone getting recognition, getting fame, and if the work is bad, then no one is going to touch you with a barge pole. That I understood. Yeah, the learnings have been a bit, I mean, it has been a bit hard way, but yeah, it was totally worth it. And if I get chance, I will never fail my directors, my co-stars again. And with that, I remain. Uh, Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.